Hello, today we're going to take a look at the Death Note notebook along with the Death Note short stories manga. So when I first got this, I wasn't sure what it was. It just says Death Note, and I don't know why I didn't think, oh, it's the Death Note notebook itself for, like, it says for cosplay, like, oh no, it doesn't say cosplay, it says cosplay. Okay. So it looks like this. It's in this kind of like leathery kind of feel. There's nothing on the, of course there's nothing on there, but it also has like a bookmark. Oh, that's cool. The little Death Note. How to use it. Oh, there's more rules. I got. And they have it in, I think that's in Chinese, I'm not sure. There's a lot of rules. I don't remember it having this many rules. It's also a bit hard to read, because like if the God of Death decides, I don't know. Like that is definitely hard to read. In order to see the, like the font is not great. Dang, it's still going. Why are there so many rules? Okay, I'm just gonna try to flip through it really quick. L? Okay, after like that many pages, we finally get the... And I thought like someone wrote on this at first, because I was like, wait, there's already like names in here, but that's just how it comes. I think this is in Chinese. I'm not sure. So it looks different. Nicola Nasberg? I wonder if Light's name is in here. Okay, so these pages are empty, so if you want to write someone else's name, you can. Where was... I don't think his name's in here. Okay. Oh, someone did use this. Gave back 3 pens. So the person who I did buy this from did end up using it. But it was more for notes and not for... So yeah, that's the Death Note notebook. So this is the short stories. This takes place after the Death Note series. I really like that they have this like glaze here on the cover. And that's how his face. I really, oh look, there's like a gloss on his eyes and that's cool. So this is the size comparisons between the short stories and a regular size manga. It is taller and wider. To be more precise, it's approximately 8.5 by 6 and almost 1 inch. So the cover does extend here, like his feathers go over there, and this talks about the author himself. And I really like the cover page, how it's in color. There's Nier. So this takes place after the Death Note series. So this is after what happened with Light and L. So Nier is taken place. So there's different stories in here. This one talks about Kira. So one of the Shinigamis ends up giving a Death Note to a random person, and he he uses it, and people are all like, oh, Akira is back. But it's a really short story in that. So the next one is about Akira, which is him, and Ryuk, I don't know how to say his name, gives it to him, and he's like, okay, well, come back to me in 2 years. So he comes up with this like genius plan to sell the notebook. And I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting, because usually people use it to write names, but I was like, huh, I never thought about like selling it. So that story is pretty interesting. And in between we have like the little short 4-panel comics. So it's pretty like simple. And then the next one talks about L's life in a day, like what he does. He's sitting in all of them. And after that, it's L in the orphanage. And there's one last short story, which is about Taro Kagami, which is like a middle schooler. So what would happen if a middle school boy ends up with the Death Note and he ends up panicking? It's like, and that's all the stories in this series. Oh, and the end also connects. If you had the Death Note, what would you do? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to support my channel, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. So this is my honest review of the Death Note short stories. Oh, I just noticed that Ryuk's eye is popping out in the O. So this does contain spoilers, so just warning you. I would give this a 6.5. I really like the Akira short story, but the rest I don't really care about, because this one talks about like a random person that gets hold of the Death Note, but I felt like I just read all of it for him to just write his own name at the end, and I was like, well, what was the point of it? Like, I don't know. But I like the part where Nier calls him out. It's like, well, you're not even worth my time. I'm not even gonna do this case. I'll just let the police handle it. So that's something I liked about that. The next story, which is this one, was interesting. It was really clever. The guy's really smart, because he was able to like, well, you know what? I don't want to be Akira. I just want to get rich. And he does pull it off, and that was really clever. He uses his Shinigami instead of being there, so that way he could hide his identity. But he wasn't able to outsmart Ryuk at the end, because he ends up writing his name in the Death Note. So it's like, dang. I was like, oh, that was so clever. But I thought it was really interesting, because I'm like, how is he gonna get the money out? And the next one is about the panels. I don't care about this. I read the whole thing and I don't remember anything about it. And the light one's okay. It's like, again, it doesn't feel, it's like, feels like filler. The last one was about the boy, and I was like, okay, this seems realistic, because honestly, I can imagine the little boy, like, he used it as a diary and then he panics. And I don't know. At the end it says, oh, what would you do with the things I didn't really like about this is that the stories are okay. I mean, you could go without reading it, and you won't miss anything from the original one. So I do like the premise of how different people would use the Death Note in different situations. But the only interesting story to me was the Akira story. The rest I don't really care about. But let me know in the comments, how would you use the Death Note?